What if the video evidence used to convict someone in a courtroom was completely fake? Not doctored. Not edited. Entirely synthetic. Generated by artificial intelligence in under 4 minutes. This is not a hypothetical anymore. This is happening right now, and the legal system is barely equipped to handle it. Let's start with what deepfake technology actually is in 2024. We are no longer talking about the clunky, obviously fake face swaps from 2018. Modern deepfake generation tools, many of them free and publicly available, can produce photorealistic video of any person saying anything, doing anything, in any location, with lighting and shadows that perfectly match a real environment. The barrier to entry has collapsed. In 2019, creating a convincing deepfake required a high-end GPU and weeks of training data. Today, apps like Runway ML, Heijin, and several open-source tools on GitHub can generate a convincing deepfake video in minutes using a single photograph and a typed script. Here is where it gets genuinely terrifying. In 2023, a case in China became one of the first formally documented instances of deepfake video being submitted as legal evidence in a fraud dispute. The fake video appeared to show a business partner agreeing to contract terms. The court initially accepted it. It was only flagged after the opposing legal team hired a forensic AI analyst. In the United States, the FBI issued an official warning in June 2023 specifically about synthetic media being used to manipulate legal proceedings, insurance fraud, and corporate disputes. That warning was not theoretical. It was reactive. Cases had already occurred. A 2024 study from the MIT Media Lab found that trained legal professionals, including judges and attorneys, could only correctly identify AI-generated video as fake approximately 52% of the time. That is barely better than a coin flip. Think about what that means inside a courtroom where the standard is beyond reasonable doubt. If a prosecutor, defense attorney, or sitting judge cannot reliably distinguish real from synthetic video, the entire evidentiary framework built on visual media starts to collapse. The authentication problem runs even deeper. Traditional video forensics looked for compression artifacts, pixel inconsistencies, and metadata trails. Modern AI-generated video can be deliberately trained to mimic all of those authentic signatures. Researchers at Stanford University in 2023 demonstrated a system that could generate synthetic video complete with plausible metadata, realistic compression patterns, and even fabricated GPS location data embedded in the file. To standard forensic software, it looked completely genuine. Law enforcement agencies are scrambling. The Department of Homeland Security published a 46-page report in 2021 outlining the threat of synthetic media to national security and judicial integrity, but concrete detection standards have still not been federally mandated in U.S. courts as of early 2024. Some states are beginning to move. California passed AB 602 and AB 730 targeting deepfakes in political advertising and non-consensual pornography, but courtroom evidence authentication remains a legal gray zone. What about detection technology? Companies like Intel developed FakeCatcher in 2022, which analyzes blood flow patterns in facial pixels that AI cannot yet convincingly replicate. Microsoft has a video authenticator tool. But here is the catch. These tools work probabilistically. They produce a confidence score, not a definitive answer. And as detection tools improve, so do the generation models in a constant adversarial arms race. Every time a detector learns to spot a specific artifact, the next generation of deepfake models is trained specifically to eliminate that artifact. The practical danger is not just wrongful conviction. Consider divorce proceedings where fabricated video shows infidelity. Business litigation where synthetic recordings show executives discussing illegal deals. Custody battles where fake video is submitted as evidence of abuse. These scenarios are no longer science fiction. Legal aid organizations in the UK reported in late 2023 that deepfake-related evidence disputes had appeared in at least a dozen family court cases within an 18-month window. So what can you actually do with this information? First, if you are ever involved in legal proceedings where video evidence is presented, specifically request a chain of custody analysis and demand that the opposing party provide the original recording device and uncompressed raw file. Deepfakes almost always originate without a hardware source. Second, be aware that most standard notarization and legal verification processes were designed before AI generation existed. They are not sufficient anymore. Third, push your local representatives to support legislation requiring cryptographic signing of video evidence at the point of capture, a technology that already exists but has not been mandated. The courtroom has always been a battle over truth. But for most of human history, seeing was at least close to believing. That assumption has been permanently broken. And the legal system has not caught up yet.